Today's Monday, it's the 20th of January, it's 2025, and I'm down in Port Andrach. Normally quite a sheltered, calm place, but today the breeze is blowing directly down into the port, and it's a bit breezy and a bit choppy out there. So can't see any boats actually sailing. Got the fishing boats over there. There's a few pleasure craft, and then the main harbour Marina is over here, which has got the, again, mostly pleasure type boats, people's yachts of varying sizes. There's some quite big ones down here, but normally this is very, very quiet, very still water, because it is very enclosed, like so. Yeah, there is an opening there. That's how you get out to the sea, and that's where the wind is coming from. So it's blowing directly at me at the moment. I'm just going to walk along here. So I haven't done this for a while. We've not walked into the marina. You can see the trees up there were being blown. It's a constant breeze at the moment. It's quite strong. The flag's really blowing, and then occasional gusts as well. Fortunately, the water's not too choppy, so I'm not getting splashed. It is dry. Temperature's about 16 degrees on a thermometer I've seen earlier on today, and that's about right. There's a bit of a wind chill, which makes it a bit cooler. The weather forecast does say it's going to get better as the week goes on, and I'll hold it to that. I'm just going to have to hold on to my hat though. It blows away. So normally when we come into Port Andrach, we walk down the other side, which is where all the shops, the bars, all the way along to the end. And it's not very often we actually come along to this side. I think we have done it a couple of times in the past, so about time we did that. Children's play park there. It is a working marina, and a lot of boats are actually taken out of the water at this time of the year and have their bottoms scrubbed and things. So we just have to be a little bit cautious as we're walking around. Make sure we follow the signs. So here you can see boats out of the water, bottoms being scrubbed. Got a tarpaulin there to protect the spray work that's going on underneath. This one looks as though it's been nicely done. And it's quite a big hard standing here, so there's lots and lots of boats out of the water, not so many in it. Oh, and there's a big lift. Boats that take people on their pleasure cruises during the summertime, they're all tied up and just getting a bit of a lick of paint and any little bits of repair work done. One's looking pretty good. Dolphin Watch, Bay Cruise, Paradise, Tropical Delphine. It's a fast one, isn't it? Port Andrach in recent years has become a playground for the rich and famous, and so the houses that you can see up on the hills generally very, very expensive, and we're talking about multi-million euro houses there. I've been watching the series Jewel in the Med, which is narrated by Joanna Lumley. It's on Channel 5 and paints a lovely picture of Mallorca. Shows you some of the wonderful views, some of the things I like to show you, and doing a great job in promoting the island. It's a funny thing, isn't it? We can sometimes become too successful and get too many people here, and that's what the protests were about last year. I have received quite a few people sending me messages saying that they won't be coming this year, and the main reason is becoming too expensive. So a message I received this morning said that I've been quoted €6,000 for a 10-day stay. You didn't actually tell me how many people that was for, but sounded a lot to be staying in Promenade. Later told me that he was looking at the Zafiro Palace, which is one of the few 5-star hotels in Promenade, and does charge that premium that 5-star hotels can in the summer months. So when you look at it, there are a lot more expensive places on the island than €600 a night. But it could well mean that the character of the island does change over the years if prices do continue to go up. The president of one of the travel agencies over here did say in the paper today that last year, 2024, was a record year, a boom year, and well, remains to be seen what 2025 will be, but also looks to be good. Cantina over there is open, by the way. We do. Hello. That was Caroline. She's here for a few weeks and enjoys watching the videos and enjoys Port Andrach. Oh, very nice. Very busy for port. There's no shortage of money down here. It's a map just of all of the berths that there are. Wow. A nice big anchor there. Just carry on around a little bit further. In fact, the whole of the port is decorated by anchors. It's like an anchor graveyard across the road. And others that have been rescued. That one looks as though it's been made out of a load of spades. The yacht club. Nice restaurant up there. We've never actually eaten there. Well, I don't think we have. We've certainly stopped for coffee. Go back by the boats. mainly small boats over this side, and then as we get further along we get to the bigger and bigger boats. Just watch out for the puddles that have been caused by the rain that we've been having on and off over the past few days. It was forecast for today, but I've not actually seen any rain today, so the breeze and the slightly higher temperatures that we've got will help to dry up all of the puddles. I was a bit hesitant walking along here. I was doing that in Sawyer and walked into one of the bollards. Ended up on the ground, a little bit embarrassed. Just as we get to this area, we can see some of the bigger boats, not quite the bigger boats that you'll see in Puerto Portales, which is what Joanna Lumley was talking about in her video. She was particularly interested in how the boats were getting their provisions, and I'm sure if I heard it right, they were talking about one bottle of wine that wanted to go to a hotel, a bottle of champers actually, for 12,000 euros. I couldn't drink any wine that had cost 12,000 euros. There's a swimming pool that goes to the yacht club, isn't that pretty? Going back, you just start to see a different view, and some of the houses on the other side there, right up at the top. There's one being built right in the high up in the cliff there. They've carved away at the cliff. How they managed to get permission to do that, I don't know. But the whole of the cliff over there was dug into, and some magnificent properties. I have visited one or two over the years, and yes, they are magnificent. Yes, they are very expensive. Port Andretch is actually quite away from Palma, and when you live on the island, distances really start to matter. I think I'm just listening to people on the news this morning. We were talking about working from home and having to commute for an hour to get to work, and how work from home has relieved them of that. And I know from my own family who have on occasion work from home, that it's a great relief, and it just adds a couple of hours to your day when you've got things that you can do, whether it be work or just looking after the children. Well, here, anyway, if a commute's more than about 15 minutes, people will start to be thinking it's a long time, and that's what's caused a lot of the problems last summer with the cars on the roads, particularly the ring road around Palma, which would get clogged up at times. In fact, most of the day, in fact. And they did a bit of research, and they checked on the cars. They monitor the traffic that's going along there. They've got number plate recognition all the way along, and speed cameras now on different spots. So just be careful. But by monitoring the speed cameras and the cameras that can read number plates, they noticed that 81% of the traffic was actually local. It was not people here on holiday. So that small variation, that additional few vehicles had a tremendous effect. Nice anchor on the traffic and how it was able to move around the island. Some fun toys for the waves. breeze is behind me now, so it doesn't feel too bad. And certainly walking has warmed me up considerably. I've just been walking down in San Telmo, and the breeze was really quite strong down there, not much in the way of shelter from it either. And that led to some quite nice waves crashing against the rocks, crashing against the beach, and mounting up a little bit on the seaweed. I'm going to actually walk out of the port now and just go round the other side of the boat. That's the way I came in. I'm just going to go out this way. You can see the more residential area over there. See, there's a bus in. There's quite a lot of parking along here, but even at this time of the year, most of it's taken. It's free parking as well. There's no blue lines, no machines to put your money in. But there is quite a big car park that I use just as you enter Port Andrech. Here's one of those parks for playing on, but it looks like it's one for the adults rather than one for the children. Do your exercises here. This is one of the buses that runs on natural gas. So we've still got a few diesel buses, some electric buses, and these ones that run on natural gas. So just looking at this sports section, tells you how to do all of the exercises here, sort of things you can do on the facilities that we've got available. It's all done nicely in diagrams there. Makes me ache just looking at them. Onwards and upwards. So that bus is the 122, and that will take you to Santa Ponsa and Costa de la Calma. Here's the children's playground. It's actually children playing in the playground. I suppose school could be out. It's just after 2 o'clock now. And here we are onto that big wide promenade. And there's a 101 bus which says Palma on the front of it. I wasn't sure whether you could get a bus directly to Palma from Port Andratx, but 101 appears to do the job. I was in Palma yesterday for the San Sebastian celebrations, and all the Christmas lights were turned back on, especially for the celebrations. And in the video I said that most towns and villages had already taken down their Christmas lights. Well, Port Andratx hasn't. There's another little bus there, 121. So they've still got this big bauble. There's the heart where I started Port Andratx video. And there's lots of ducks here, lots and lots. All lined up there. I think there's a little bit of shelter. That's why they're there. Maybe a bit of shelter from the bridge. I'm going to make my way down to the car now. So if you want to see the village, you'll have to look at one of our earlier videos which shows Port Andratx shops, bars and restaurants. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.